Joining me now live from the conference is Portugal's Treasury Secretary, Carlos Pina. Mr. Pina, thank you very much for joining us today. Now, Portugal has actually been doing relatively well. There was 1% growth in the first quarter. Are you concerned that the austerity measures that you've recently implemented are going to stop that growth?
No, indeed, we are not. We want to make the fiscal consolidation and reduce the budget deficit, and we will do it again as we did in the past. We have a good track record on that, and we are in a good conditions to make it. And I think that it's possible to combine fiscal consolidation and reduction of public deficit with growth, with economic growth. Indeed, as you mentioned, Portugal had in the first quarter of this year the second biggest growth in Europe. So this is a result basically of the dynamics of the export sector. We experienced also very big growth when compared to the last year. Our exports grew around 18%, and if we talk about the exports to non-European Union markets, we grew about 23%. And this is a result of the strong effort that the government is making in terms of open new markets outside the European Union to place Portuguese products and to increase our exports. It's important to create conditions to the Portuguese companies to be present, I'd say, in the regions of the globe with the biggest growth in the world.
Sure. Now, because of your investment and spending cuts, are you going to need to borrow less this year than you previously said?
Well, we are making a huge effort in terms of fiscal consolidation, and we are also satisfying our financing needs in the markets without, I'd say, major difficulties. Of course, we are in a world which is dominated by a very, I'd say, intense market irrationality, and we are suffering, of course, as other countries are suffering also, the contagion effects of this crisis.
Sure.
But we have been able to satisfy our financing needs without major difficulties.
And what about the ECB's intervention? Do you think they've gone far enough?
Well, the ECB is doing what it is supposed to do, and we are not surprised with that. And I firmly believe that ECB is also prepared to reinforce its role if necessary, without prejudice to its independence, of course. But I think that the main question that we should pose nowadays to Europe is the need for more European Union integration and new instruments to reinforce the protection of the euro in Europe. We need to reinforce a budget, the European Union budget, and to launch the pillars of a European Union treasury to, I would say, make easier this situation and strong our capabilities to face this crisis.
Now, just before we go, one very good number out of Portugal, 7-0 against North Korea. Do you think you can go all the way?
Yes, it's very good. We are, of course, optimistic also on that subject, but our main optimism relates with the dynamics of the economic growth. It's give us a very strong confidence to achieve the results and to achieve better than expected results as comparing with the forecasts of the last year, of course.
Mr. Pina, thank you very much indeed for joining us.